What's up guys, this is Rowan from R&S Entertainment, and in this DIY cosplay prop making video, we're going to be making a burlap Scarecrow mask. So we're going to be making a Scarecrow mask out of burlap, rope, and possibly a few other materials. Now I've got a wrap of burlap here. It's not the full thick, actual burlap sack material, but I think it'll work with maybe 2 or 3 layers. I've got some small burlap flags over here that I intend to use if I need to patch anything up or add a little more thickness to it. And I've got a big ass spool of rope. Now I'm probably going to do the Arkham Knight design in the future because that is badass with the gas mask and the the fear gas injectors. Like, that's really cool. I will do that as well, but for now I want to do a more simple burlap Scarecrow mask. So the first thing that I'm going to do for this is take a wrap of burlap and kind of get an idea on our trusty head mold here how I want the burlap to sit. And when I get it folded over on itself, that'll be where I'm going to make my seams, and I'm going to stitch that together with some of this burlap string that I have. Okay, so I like that crease. I know about where I'm going to tie it off. Let me go over here, grab a bungee cord to tie it temporarily, and let me know where I'm working with. And the back of that I will just get on the second layer. And I'm going to stitch up that crease as well, just really give it that kind of cool scarecrow look. So just to hold this flush while I stitch, I've taken a little strip of tape and kind of held that down so when I'm tying it in through here, it won't unfold. Okay, so I'm taking a sewing needle, and this is my first time ever sewing anything together, burlap or otherwise. Okay, so we've got our burlap string onto our needle. And this is really easy because this burlap, like I said, is not, the fucking thickest burlap. You can clearly see through it. That's why we're going to do more than 1 layer. We're going to pull enough string through that we know we have enough. Cut it off and tie a knot right up here. There we go. We got excess string over there. So let's tie this knot up. Give us a nice end point for our stitch. I'm going to go ahead and cut this a little bit extra off too. Now we're going to go in from the bottom side, out through the top, and we're going to just do that every single time. We're not going back and forth. The cool thing about doing a Scarecrow mask is that it really doesn't have to be precise because it's a Scarecrow mask. It's supposed to look all stitched together. So our next seam is going to be right here, going down the face. Same exact process as last time, we're just looping it under the exact same way. Alright, at this point in planning out the Scarecrow mask, it's starting to take shape a little bit, but before I do some more seams and stitch it up to hold its form, I want to go ahead and mark out some eye and mouth shapes and make those cuts. Because what I'm going to do is take this upper layer and place it down over another layer of burlap. Because I am using the craft store burlap and it's not quite as thick as the actual sack material. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut these out. So what I'm gonna do now, since the mask is starting to take shape, is cut it off of the roll of fabric, see what I'm working with, probably do a temporary stitch on the back to keep it together, and then I'm gonna add in the bottom layer of burlap. It's essentially where it'll sit on the face. Now see, we've got this open space right here on the back of the head. We're gonna make sure the back layer covers that. We may have to use one of these little burlap flags to patch in any of the spots that need it. But yeah, this is going good so far. So I'm gonna temporarily tie these two together. It probably won't stay like that, but just to hold its shape until I put the bottom layer on. Really, I just want a loose knot that I can undo or cut. So let's go ahead and try to place a second layer of burlap. I'm thinking I can just place this guy right over top of that second layer and stitch them both together. So what I'm going to do now is tie the back together with all of the layers so we can create some stability here. See, this actually worked out really well because it goes right into the seam that I had already made. So all I gotta do is tighten this up here, tie it off, and that's great. So you can see how we're going to seal this side up the same way. And stitch it together just like that. Add in one more patch up here, seal the back, and we'll be well on our way to finishing up the Scarecrow mask. So now I'm going to continue stitching the second patch. It's another one of these burlap flags that I just kind of slid into the gaps. And that'll really seal up the back. Alright, so the back is done. And all I gotta do is continue stitching some more of the details around the face, add in the mouth stitching, cinch around the neck, make the noose shape with the rope. And yeah, this is turning out really good. Alright, I think I'm gonna do a few more little accent stitches on the face and then move on to the mouth. So the mask is really coming together and we're gonna add the mouth stitching. Now I'm gonna be using this black yarn because it's about as thick as the burlap string. I didn't want to use thin string, but I do want the black color. So we got the mouth all finished and stitched up, and damn, that definitely adds a lot. And the mask is coming together. What I've got to do now is cut away some of the extra material, make a few more stitches both for stability and for looks, and yeah, rope it up and it's pretty much done other than coloring and weathering. Go ahead and get rid of some of this extra fabric. So yeah, I'm basically out of string at the moment, but this actually looks pretty good. Other than a few extra seams that I might want to add in later, I think we're pretty much done. This is the Scarecrow Mask. So the mask is finished and I'm really happy with it. Honestly, I wasn't sure how this was gonna work out. This was my first time working with burlap or stitching anything, using needlework, any of that stuff, but I'm really happy with it. I may go back and do some painting, coloration, and kind of aging effects on it, but honestly right now it looks really good. So guys, I will be doing a ton of other prop making and cosplay videos, all sorts of stuff, DIY videos, how-tos, just like this, where I show you how to make all sorts of cool movie, video game, and comic book props. If you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and check out our DIY, cosplay, and prop making playlist on the channel for more cool videos like this. Also make sure to go follow me on Twitter at Roman_RNS. Follow my cosplay and prop making Instagram, Fusion Cosplay. You go follow Fusion Cosplay on Twitter at Fusion Cosplay. And yeah, take it easy guys.